Maytag Bravos dryer model METH 850WQ0, error code F31. Diagnostic says I'm only getting 120 vac, but I measured 220 plus at the outlet and where the cord attaches in the dryer. I've replaced the thermal fuse, thermal cutoff, thermistor, and control board. I visually inspected the heating element. The problem persists and I'm stumped.
I just looked up the tech sheet and F31 is a code that only deals with line voltage. Test where the cord connects to the dryer. Test the outside wire to the outside wire. What is your reading? Test the middle wire to one outside wire. What is your reading? Yes, the other outside wire to the middle. What is your reading?
Outside to outside toggles between 246 and 247. Both the left and the right outside to middle toggle between 122 and 123.
OK, now access the control board and test the red wire on the heater relay to the middle wire where the cord connects to the dryer. What reading do you get?
I get 0 on the red. I also tested the black to middle and am getting 120.
OK, you are not getting L2 to the control board. You either have a bad heating element, high limit thermostat, or thermal cutoff. Looks like you replaced the cutoff, so I would check the high limit thermostat. It is located on the side of heater canister. If that is closed, then check the element for continuity.
I've inspected the heating element and it looks fine. The thermostat was the one part I was having trouble finding in stock, so that's no doubt the bad part, Murphy's Law. Just realized I'm not sure how to check the thermostat. It has 3 connectors, 2 large gauge, red and black, connectors and a small harness connector. I get continuity between the large connector prongs, but I'm not sure how to test for open. Can you walk me through what I should be checking?
On my wiring diagram it shows only 2 wires, a black wire to a red wire with a white stripe.
There's a small collar around the thermostat with a connector for a small harness and what looks like a probe. This link will take you to some photos. https://www.google.com/search Q equals Whirlpool plus 8557403 and OI equals UTF-8 and AC equals T and RLS equals org.mozilla NUS, official and client equals Firefox A and equals 1 and E equals UTF-8 and HL equals N and TBM equals ish and source equals OG and SA equals N and tab equals Y and A equals CHU-F UCF5 CVP7 Yagahogda and BI equals 1393 and B equals 876 and SA equals ROF UF 6 SG4 XIG GH4 YAG.
That link didn't work. It should look like this. Click here.
Yes, it does. I get continuity between the large connectors, but what other tests should I run?
Then that is good. Did you replace these parts? Click here.
I replaced the part on the right, but although I have a new one, I don't see the part on the left anywhere in the dryer. Any idea where it's located?
You need to replace both of them. I believe that one is on the exhaust housing and the other is on the heater canister.
Thanks, see if I can locate it.
Okay.
I've examined the unit from top to bottom in this part. Number 3,391,914 is nowhere to be found, nor is in the parts list for the unit. Could that collar on part number 8,557,403 serve the same function?
It might. I would replace the high-limit thermostat.
Okay, thanks. I've only found one in town, so I'd better run to get it. Can I contact you again if I'm still having problem after I install the part?
Just reply back.
Replace the thermostat, but there's no improvement.
The only other part L2 goes through is the motor.
Since I'm sure that's not an inexpensive part, though none of them have been so far, is there any way to positively determine that the motor is the source of a fault? And can that be done while it's all disassembled so I have access to it?
The only things you can do are start following the red wire from the terminal block and see where you lose the 110 volts.
What state does the dryer need to in while I'm doing this? If it need to be running, I won't have access to very much of the wiring. Can I do this with the drum removed? With the front off and the drum out, I can verify the motor is receiving 125, but I can't verify it's outputting 125 because I can't start it.
Hello, it seems the professional has left this conversation. This happens occasionally, and it's usually because the professional thinks that someone else might be a better match for your question. I've been working hard to find a new professional to assist you with your question, but sometimes finding the right professional can take a little longer than expected. I wonder whether you're okay with continuing to wait for an answer. If you are, please let me know and I will continue my search. If not, feel free to let me know and I will cancel this question for you. Thank you. Michelle.
I'd sure prefer to fix the 2.5-year-old dryer instead of buying a new one.
Hello, we will continue to look for a professional to assist you. Thank you for your patience, Michelle.
Can you reread the voltages and tell me what you get for a reading?
Please tell me which red points you're interested in and I'll get the measurements to best of my ability.
Where the cord attaches to the dryer is what I am wondering. Read the left to center and then the right to center and then left to right.
The last readings I took were 122, 123 from each side to center, and then 244, 245 from side to side.
Okay, and that was at the dryer? Also, does the dryer come on at all?
Everything seems to work except the heat.
Okay, you have a voltmeter obviously. With the circuit breaker off to the dryer, gain access to the heating element and disconnect the two wires going into the heating element. Then connect your meter to the two wires and now turn the dryer back on and see if you get 220 back. If so, then you have a bad heating element. If not, then what does the voltage read? Also, if you check the thermistor, what reading in ohms did you get?
This is where I get stuck. To gain access to any of the heating system, I have to remove the drum. Once I've removed the drum, there seems to be switches that prevent the motor from running, the heat coming on, etc. I'm guessing there's a test fixture of some sort that inserts between the main harness and the motor that allows for testing the rest of the system. I don't have one of those, so I don't seem able to route power throughout the system.
I understand now, and now I need you to do two things. Since you will have to take it apart and will have no power, then go ahead and check the resistance on the thermistor, if you haven't replaced it yet, and still disconnect the wires to the heating element, but now check for continuity on the heating element itself. Sometimes they may look good but will still be bad. One other thing, have you tried the dryer in any other heated mode? Does it do it in only auto mode, or does it do it in auto and time dry mode? I am going out right now for my youngest grandson's birthday party, but I promise I will be back on later tonight and we will work this out.
Yes, we tried it in several modes, all without any sign of heat. Have fun and thanks for your help. I'm seeing 0.4/.5 ohms of resistance on the thermistor and I have continuity on the heating element.
Okay, is this what you are calling the thermistor? If not, I need you to look at the diagram I am sending you and test two parts. The first one is number 41, thermal fuse, and the second is number 51, thermistor. I need a resistance check on each, and as you can see they are on the blower housing.
Okay, thermistor PN, hashtag measures 12.6 k ohms of resistance. The thermal fuse PN, measures 0.4 ohms and it's also new.
Okay, do you have your diagnostic/tech sheet? If so, look on it and see if it tells you what the thermistor reading should be depending on the surrounding temperature. I am going to look for my diagnostic sheet also.
Assuming PN, hashtag is the exhaust thermistor, and given its placement it must be, the spec's resistance is 10 k ohms. There's no temperature spec for this component that I can see.
Okay, do you happen to have a hairdryer? If so, you need to blow it on the thermistor for 2 minutes and see if the reading goes up. Right now it looks like it is bad as the reading is too low. At room temperature it should be reading about 20 ohms.
Better yet, I have a heat gun. I'll keep it low and check frequently so I don't melt anything.
Okay, the resistance should go down, and at 80 degrees room temperature it need to be about 10 k. Let me know what you find.
Okay, I found a couple of things. Resistance dropped way down if I overheated it but comes back to 20 k if I set it where it can cool down. The ambient temperature in the laundry room is on the warm side, so that's why I think the initial reading of 12.6 k was accurate. For you, I also tested the old one, which was also sitting in the laundry room, and it reads between 11 and 12 k. Randy, I need to drop off for the night. If there's anything else I should do, I can have a go at it tomorrow evening. Thanks much.
Hello, it seems the professional has left this conversation. This happens occasionally, and it's usually because the professional thinks that someone else might be a better match for your question. I've been working hard to find a new professional to assist you with your question, but sometimes finding the right professional can take a little longer than expected. I wonder whether you're okay with continuing to wait for an answer. If you are, please let me know and I will continue my search. If not, feel free to let me know and I will cancel this question for you. Thank you. Michelle.
Michelle, it looks like I'm 0 for 2, so I should probably take that as a sign and bail out. Thanks for trying. Best regards, John.
If you have a home improvement or appliance question and want to chat with an expert now, visit justanswer.com/ythi.